All right, all right.
Now we
I
just have
wanted,
to hope people join in.
yes, they will.
They will.
Okay, we are live. So, um, share on.
Yeah, I'm looking on there for mine too to see if I can share.
No, that didn't work. Let's see. YouTube. Create post. It doesn't let me create a post. Interesting. And if I try and huh, nearby share, create posts. Like a thing, like a post. It's like individual people. Oh well, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put. Let me grab your channel. Good home. Oh, go to YouTube, Anna. Okay. Mhm. Good home YouTube. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put your link here to your channel, and then I'm gonna go to my community tab. Jen and I are live answering questions and chatting. Has anybody joined yet? No.
No. What
Sometimes
happens if
it's,
nobody joins? What do we do?
there we go. Huh?
If nobody joins, what do we do?
We just keep going.
Oh,
Uh,
well, at least you and I can chat.
huh?
I said, at least you and I can chat.
Yeah. We'll start at 6. It's only 5:56. We'll
Okay.
give people a minute. Um, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Home. I need my dashboard.
Hmm. Curious about something. Checking to see if it's showing up on my channel live.
Is it showing on your channel live? Is it showing?
Yes, it is live.
Perfect.
Yeah. So people can access it.
Good.
All right.
I know it's such a,
Cannot see.
it's not. So what have you been up to?
Lots and lots of work. Bleh.
What do you do, by the way, for a living outside the home?
I am a martial arts instructor.
What?
Yeah.
That's
No,
wild.
it's
I would have
really
never guessed. Oh my
nobody would.
gosh.
Danielle from Comfortable Spaces asked me that once, and I told her, and she said, "Yeah, that suits you. I could totally see that."
That's super cool. Have you always been into that?
Yeah, I started when I was 6. Well, almost 6, and I've just always been with this school, and my best friend and I grew up with it, and now we have 2 schools that we run, and it's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
That's
It's kind of
awesome.
like doing YouTube, like you mix your hobby with your job, and it's
Right,
best of both worlds.
right. That's so cool. I
And
love
then let's
it.
see, what did we do today? My son and his girlfriend and my husband and I went clay shooting, so that was fun.
Fun.
How about you?
We
What
had a busy. We drove yesterday to Collegedale, Tennessee. It's a couple hours away. There's a place I follow on Instagram, and so I wanted to go check out their shop. So it's called the Shop on Main. So we drove there and totally forgot because it's Florida, um, or I'm sorry, spring break for a lot of areas here in Tennessee, that everybody was going to Florida. So we got caught in that traffic as we approached Georgia. Because, driving to East Tennessee from where we're at, Middle Tennessee, you enter Georgia for a minute and then back into Tennessee. It's weird.
Yeah, because that has that
So,
little like outcropping there on the bottom.
yeah, yeah. So we caught a lot of traffic. It took us a lot longer than expected, but it did not disappoint. It was fabulous. So,
Is it like
picked up,
touristy? What's it like there?
pardon?
Is it touristy? What's it like there?
No, it's actually a really beautiful suburb. It's called Ottawa, Tennessee, and I think I'm saying it right, Ottawa. I don't know, but it's not touristy. It's just a little town. Well, I shouldn't say little. It's near Chattanooga,
Okay, I know.
so not not too far from there. But like Chattanooga, that's touristy.
Right.
Um, just a really, really nice area. Really enjoy it. It was fun. It was a fun shop. 10,000 square feet.
Oh wow.
There was a lot to look at. So, um,
And it was antiques, you said? I can't figure out.
huh?
Was it
Yeah, it's
antiques?
antiques, vintage. And then you know how some booths at those places have new stuff too,
Yeah, they'll mix in
They'll-
the new and the old.
Yeah, they mix it all in. So it's a little of everything, I suppose. So, um, yeah. But okay, well, it is 6 o'clock, so I think we should go ahead and start because people will be able to watch the replay.
Alrighty.
Um, Go ahead, you start. It's on your channel, girlfriend.
Alrighty, so welcome everybody, whether you are joining us live or if you are watching the replay, we are happy you're here. We're chatting with Anna from At Home with Anna, and Anna, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a second to introduce yourself before we get started.
Okay. I'm Anna. Like Jen said, my channel name is At Home with Anna. I do all things on my channel: cooking, cleaning, organizing, gardening has started. And I enjoy sharing all of my happenings here in my home with you guys. So if you guys want to jump over to my channel and subscribe, I would really love that.
As well.
And if any of my viewers are watching and you haven't subscribed to Jen, do so now because she shares a lot of the same content as I do. So,
We do. We have similar ideas but different tastes.
yes,
Which is fun.
100%. Yep, 100%.
So, Anna, you have like your whole vibe in your house is gorgeous. I would say that it's almost like a traditional look. Would you say that you are kind of into that traditional vibe?
Yeah, I would. I think that traditional for me is it's timeless, and it's proven that because there are so many influencers, especially on Instagram, that are going back in time in decor, and they're really falling in love with all of those things that I used to consider old lady. And I was always forcing myself. I think you and I talked about this, I think, before, where I was always forcing myself to decorate a certain way to appease my audience and thinking that's what they wanted. But as soon as I started really decorating for me and what I really love, although it's not, you're not going to please everybody. Um, as soon as I started doing that, I really just kind of I woke up, and I'm enjoying it. So my taste is not for everybody. Um, I don't think. I think that a lot of people tend to go with trends, which is fine. I used to too. I'm just at an age now where I'm over the trends, and but yeah, traditional is definitely where I'm at. I would say
Yeah,
they have names, all kinds of names for it though. They call it granny glam, and
I've heard
they have all
granny
kinds of it.
chic.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I mean, it's beautiful. One of the things that I recently have learned, and it's from watching my videos back or when I'm editing, and I'm learning that the things I think I like, I don't necessarily like. I think maybe just I'm influenced, which we all can be influenced, right?
yep,
We're all susceptible to that, but I'm starting to figure it out. But it took me 2 years of doing this channel and editing and looking back at the videos to really start to hone in on like oh yeah, I really do like that, or no, I really don't like that. But that's so weird.
Yeah,
It takes so long to figure it out. Like
yeah.
you learn yourself.
Well, because I think as influencers and YouTube content creators, I think that we tend to look across a broad spectrum of people, right? We support all kinds of different channels in hopes that they'll support us as well. So we get to look at all kinds of different views, and it definitely has an influence on what we do in our own homes. And so it's very easy to get away from what you love just because, I mean, we all do it. You walk into, Kirkland Home. I don't want my house to look like Kirkland Home, but I want some of the things that Kirkland has to offer.
Yep,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Because it looks beautiful in the store, but when I bring it home, it may not fit my vibe. So learning how to hone in on your actual style is definitely a process for sure.
Yep. And you know what's hard? I always had thought of myself as like, oh, I like an eclectic look, but I think maybe I don't. I think I just I'm not a good shopper.
Yeah.
You buy everything.
That's not true. Your home is beautiful.
Well,
Your home is
now I'm
beautiful.
starting to figure it out, but it's
Yeah.
taking me a while. I look back. Do you ever look back on some of your like your first videos?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they're on the internet.
but you know what? I don't want to take them down because
No,
it's a good. Watching the
it's
timeline and the change is really fun, and for
it's
anybody,
growth.
yeah, for anybody who's decorating or trying to figure out their style, I think that's an important
Yes.
thing for you to know is like it takes time to figure out what you like, and then I don't know about you guys, but like for me, as soon as I figure it out, then I start to go, oh, I like that too, and now I start to kind of veer over there, and
Yep. Yep.
but
Yep.
that's part of the fun. It's living, it's alive.
Yeah. Totally. And I think in one of my videos when we were in the apartment before we moved from California to Tennessee, I explained my design aesthetic as like an organized eclectic kind of look because I love blue and white.
Yep.
So I might incorporate something super antique or vintage with
Right.
something brand new, but in the same color scheme. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about how old it is or how new it is, but if it's in my scheme of how I like things, then yeah, I'm totally, going to pick it up and buy it. But I think it's like an organized, I think that's how I described it. I don't remember exactly the words I used, but they were good. Like they described it like spot on.
Right. So where do you get your inspiration? Are you a Pinterest girl, or are you more like
No.
physical magazines?
Mm-mm.
Where do you find your ideas?
Professional designers. I follow professional designers. I follow, I could watch Bunny Williams homes. I could watch all of her home tours, her New York apartment, her Connecticut home. I could watch them over and over and over and over and over again. And every single time I watch that video, I see something new. What I love about her home is that it's super collected, obviously, because she's had the pleasure of traveling the world. So, for instance, something that always stands out is in her family room, or I got her gathering room. It's where she sits and reads a paper in the morning and what have you. Um, it took her forever. She said for the first 5 years that she bought that home, she couldn't afford to decorate that room. And she obviously life changed and she was in Europe and she was in this restaurant and she loved the color of the cloth napkin. And so she went to the maitre d' and she said, you know, can I buy this napkin because I love this color? And she knew that she had to have that color on her walls. And when he looked at the bill, he said, "Take the napkin." So it was pretty expensive lunch. And so she took the napkin home and she came home and she painted that wall herself, those walls herself in that room, and slowly collected that room. So there's nothing fussy about her home
Right.
at all. Her home, how most of I know everybody's going to be able to relate to this. They can watch a Instagram influencer, um, or one of the newbie designers, and I say newbie designers, somebody who's been designing within the last 10 years.
Right.
And I mean, if you watch Homeworthy, you'll see a lot of them. They're dressed to the nines and their home is meticulous and perfect, right?
Right.
And it's just not reality. That's not real life. We don't live in model
Museum.
homes, we live in our homes.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I cannot relate with those newbie designers at all. I only relate with the old school designers, and Benny is one of my favorites. And the reason why is because when you walk into her home, it's so collected and so it's extravagant because you know that she paid good money for all the pieces.
Right.
But you would definitely feel comfortable grabbing your coffee, putting your feet up on her coffee table, and reading a magazine on her sofa. You would 100%.
I've
And
heard
she
you say
says it,
you want your house
yeah,
to feel like that in the
yes.
videos. Yeah.
She says it all the time. She says, I spent too many years in the beginning of having grandkids because I reached that age where I had raised my kids. So I was like, finally, I get to have this picture perfect house, where it's like clean and, everything's in its place, which I absolutely do all the time when I'm here by myself. And Ernie's worse than I am. I created a monster with him. So, but when the grandkids come over now, I do not stress at all anymore. I did in the beginning. I made that mistake, but it was because it was a very hard transition for me to go back to the chaos. But even Benny says you want your grandchildren and your children and your guests to come over and you want them to feel at home like nothing's too fussy. And so this house now for me is, I've got baskets of toys over here in the corner. A neighbor gave me a bunch of big toys that I have nowhere to put them. So they're in my closet now on the floor. The grandkids are coming over tomorrow, 5 of them. So I'll have all the toys. The house will be a mess, but you know what? I don't care because it's all about the memories.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
get
what,
that.
yeah, that's what I love about it. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm in that phase that you described. Like my kids are just now adults. My son will turn 21 this year, and my daughter just turned 26. So I'm just in that phase of where it's like, oh, I have my space, I have my look that I'm trying to go for. But then every once in a while, I get like crazy over it, and then I have to stop and say, what? Just relax. Just
Yeah.
enjoy your house. Like, why are you doing all
Yeah.
this? You're not enjoying it.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, that's what you want your kids to come home and feel at home. And so, yeah, really trying hard to let that Anna in California go. And now here it's totally different. The grandkids will come over, Letha, can I have this? Letha, can I have that? I'm like, you don't ask me for food or drink. You just go help yourself. You understand? Just go feed your face and go get yourself something to drink. And
Right.
there's toys everywhere and they're in and out. They have friends in the neighborhood and I love it. I love the chaos, but I like a pretty home. I don't think, I think that kids have to be taught boundaries,
Oh, sure.
right? And so there's definite boundaries that are taught, but I let my granddaughter play with my little antique votives that I got, the little hat votives in that amber glass. She played with them over like constantly. Every time she'd come over, never broke them. Christmas comes around, she was playing with them on the ground and didn't pick them up. My son stepped on one and smushed it.
You never know.
So, I mean, because I would tell her, be gentle, but I want to teach her because I want her to be able to go to other people's homes and be, respectful of their things and know that you have to be gentle with some things and some things are okay to be wild with. And so
And
starts at home.
she's a toddler, right? She's a little one.
She is. She's going to be 3 in May.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know. Yeah.
Now,
They're getting so big.
did you start your channel when you were in California? Because I didn't start watching you until I think you were in the apartment.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. I started my channel way back in when we had our first home in Oregon Lane. Gosh, what year was I was right? I would say 2020, I started a channel.
Okay.
And we we sold the home, the world fell apart. I moved into the apartment with Ernie. We were planning on doing everything that we'd done then. And I just got really discouraged because I didn't feel like could, I could offer anybody anything in an apartment. So I deleted I just quit uploading. I stopped my channel. I deleted everything off my channel and just waited. And then when we moved into the house back in California, and we ended up buying another house, I kicked the channel off again. So I would say just say it's been 2 years. 2 years I've been doing
That's
that now.
been 2 years already.
Yeah, it's wild. Time just goes by too quickly.
Now that's where now when I first started watching you is when you made that beautiful Guinness stew, and I made that
The what?
Guinness stew.
Oh, yes. Oh, so
So,
good. Yeah, that was at the apartment.
yep, that was when I first started
Yeah.
watching you.
Yeah.
Let's see, well, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, I have some questions from some viewers, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I would love to.
I'll read some and then we can both answer. So, Leonore says, "Hello, Anna and Jen. I'm bummed I'm going to miss the live. We're celebrating my mom's 80th.
Oh, happy
Um,
birthday to her.
I know. Happy birthday to her, huh? But she did ask a question. She said, "What made you ladies start a YouTube channel and how time consuming and rewarding has it been?" Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I
Okay.
started my channel. It's been about 2 years, so I'm just now starting to feel like I understand it. It's taken a while. I will say that I started it because I love watching home decor, and for the longest time, I thought, what a silly thing for me to do. Like other people can do that, but that's silly for me. Like who would watch it, right? So I
Yeah.
put it off probably 2 or 3 years. I could have started long ago, but I just kept putting it off. Like nobody's gonna watch it. I'm not gonna. I'm. I don't know. I just doubted myself for so long, and then finally, I was watching. I think one of my favorite channels is Cass and Home, and I don't know if you guys watch her or not, but she's just a sweet lady, and she just had a baby, and her house is beautiful. And I just every time I watched her videos, I would feel so inspired, and I was like, I want to do that for people. I want to be that person and maybe help somebody. Oh, Christian's here. Hey, Christian. So I just decided to start. It was terrifying. Looking back, yeah, it was really rewarding, and I'm really, really glad I did it. And I have met so many wonderful people in it. Obviously, you're one of them, and Christian as well, and so many friendly people, supportive people, and I've learned, so much along the way. But it was really time consuming in the beginning. I've been able to sort of understand it better now, and I'm doing a little bit better with time management, so it's getting easier. But it's a bit time consuming. What would you say, Anna?
um, well, I started a YouTube channel merely out of boredom. As an empty nester, and I don't work outside the home, and a real job. And I watched videos all the time, and I thought I could do that. So I did. Ernie bought me a channel. He's super supportive. A channel. He bought me a camera. And a tripod, and it took me forever to figure out. I didn't think I'd ever figure out iMovie. I didn't think I'd like it. That just whatever. I just you kind of throw it out there and see what sticks.
Yep. Yep.
It took me a long time to figure out how to I think I do a pretty good job editing now. I don't do any trick photography or anything like that. Um, Thanks, Christian.
Yeah, I'm
But
kidding.
yeah, so that's why I started my YouTube channel out of boredom, which is crazy. How time consuming? It's as time consuming as you want it to be. Um, I would say I film cleaning video, well, any video that you film. I'm just going to use a cleaning video as example. My morning routine usually takes me maybe an hour. at, slow-mo at my own pace. Hey, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Um,
Thanks for being here.
yeah. Maybe takes about an hour normal time, maybe. I mean, if that, but with moving the camera and getting angles and all that kind of stuff, it could add another 30, 45 minutes onto your, you know, I don't have multiple cameras. I know that some people have lots of GoPros. They place in different areas of their rooms so they get different views. I have one camera and I moved that one camera to change angles, so that you guys don't get bored watching a video of just one angle.
Deborah,
There's a lot of things that you have to think about hey, Deborah, there's a lot of things you have to think about when filming, because you're in your head, you're doing your actual activity, but in your head, you're like, do I need to bring the camera in? Like, what angle should I show them? Are they looking at my butt? Are they looking at the gray roots? Like, what angle? You have to think about those things. And so you're always, hey, Kathy,
Kathy and
hey,
Sandy.
Sandy. So you have to, you're always thinking about all these different things. So time consuming, how time consuming, and we're answering a question now, guys, really quick. What made you ladies start a YouTube channel? How time consuming and rewarding? So time consuming, it could be as time consuming as you want it to be. Rewarding, 1,000% rewarding. And I'm not talking the financial, because I'm not there yet. I make a little bit of money every month. I don't make a ton of money. And I'm fine with that. My reward comes from meeting all of my subscribers, chatting with them, the advice they give me, or the help I give them, or the help they give me, all of that stuff, that community that we have created, in the comments on a video is just amazing to me, and I get so many good things that people say, like so many good tips and suggestions, and things that you don't see right in front of you. Somebody might, from the outside looking in, might say, hey, why don't you try this? It's like, oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. So
Yeah, for sure.
so yeah.
Sometimes you walk
Yeah.
by it and you look at it every day and your eye goes numb to it. You don't
Right.
see it anymore, but then
Right.
fresh eyes give you good ideas.
Yeah. Okay, so Rachel Bullock wants to know.
Oh, I love Rachel. I see her all the time.
What inspires you to put out content? We'll start with that, 'cause she asked a lot, so we'll
Okay.
start with that one. Go for it.
I love to thrift.
Hey, Lori.
Oh, hey, Lori. I love to thrift, and I nerd out on thrifting really bad. Like, I come home and I can't wait to share everything that I found, and I make my family guess how much. And now they know that I'm such a cheapskate that they always guess really low, and then I'm always disappointed that I didn't win the guessing game. But so I just can't wait to include these items in these videos, because I think thrifting is a really fun way to collect your home and curate your home, but also it almost feels like a
100.
challenge, right? So when you walk in a thrift store, it's overwhelming and overstimulation, and then you have to sort through and sift through and find the treasure, and that makes me really inspired to put these items together in videos. And I try not to be the thrift girl, the thrifty girl on YouTube. Like, I like to do decorating and I like new stuff too, but I think probably the thrifted items are the things that make me excited to film the video, because I'm like, oh, I can't wait to show whatever it is, and
Right.
just
Yeah.
share that. What about you?
Yeah. What inspires me? Oh, there's so much about the whole gift of sharing, that inspires me to her. I'm a very creative person, and so the creative aspect of uh, the editing of the video is what gets me excited. So not only do I want to share the content, but I'm super excited to get all the different angles and do all the different things so that I can do the actual editing of the video. I would have to say that's probably
Fun. That's the hard part, but that's the fun part.
yeah. So just wanting to share with people, and give people ideas, to step maybe outside their box. And um, I don't think you, I don't think we as content creators realize how many people out there are stuck, that they want to change their decor, or they just need ideas, just the same as you and I, like if we walk into an antique store, a thrift store, you know, we're getting creative. And that's kind of like what we're offering our viewers, I think. So, yeah. Um, the next question Rachel wants to know is, what is one thing that you cannot live without?
Besides coffee? Pretty given. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think probably just community, family, just having people around me. I mean, I'm an introvert, and I know nobody's going to believe that, okay? I am truly an introvert, but then I feel alive when I am talking to someone I can connect with. So I think the thing that makes me feel alive, the thing that I cannot live without, is being able to kind of get outside my comfort zone and not be isolated and force myself to go create those bonds, because that's when I feel alive. So I think I can't live without that. I think I would be depressed. I think I would be, even with my family around me, I tend to sort of isolate myself. So I'm forcing myself to do this, and I'm glad I am, and I don't think I could go back. Even though it's
Aw,
time consuming, I need it now. I need it.
I love that. I love that, Jen. That's awesome. For me, what can I live? Obviously, I want to say the uh, the normal things, coffee,
Yeah,
that kind
that's
of
a given.
stuff.
That's a given.
What can't I live without? Family.
Yeah.
100% family. And I don't want to think about it. I know I have so many subscribers that have lost loved ones and their husbands, and my heart just, uh, you
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
family. That would be my answer. Um, if you didn't have such supportive and helpful husbands to help you around the house, would you be able to continue your YouTube channels and put out as much content as you do?
No. Nope. That's an easy answer for me. There's no way.
Okay. Um, I think my answer is going to be yes. I could, but not as good because I need Ernie's help for a lot of things. He is the backbone to my channel, to a lot of the videos. He helps with like the wallpaper, the projects, the painting, the yard work. The only thing that he doesn't help me film are cleaning and organizing videos. And small projects. I can do small projects on my own, but like we just did the closet, the utility closet. That's all Ernie right there. I did the beginning part, and then he came in and just whipped out an amazing closet for me. So, and I would probably put out more content if I didn't have Ernie's help, like, because but it wouldn't be as good. So does that make sense? Like I'd probably put out more content because uh, it's better with, am I making sense? It's better with his help. The content is better with his help.
It gives you the quality, which
Right.
reduces the quantity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yep.
I would say I would definitely have no videos out, because I get overwhelmed very easily. The idea of taking on a project, it makes me not even do it. I'll sit on the couch all day thinking about it. But my husband, he'll do the heavy lifting, or he'll get me going. And then once I start, I'm okay. But honestly, he's like, "Come on, let's do this. Are we doing this today?" And so yeah, I would
Yeah.
do none of it.
Right. Yeah. Yesterday I just filmed my first gardening video of
Oh, yeah.
2024. Yeah. And I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because I bought a lot to get in the ground, and I wanted it all in one darn video. So anyways, yeah.
We'll have to stay
Okay. That
tuned for
was it.
that.
Huh?
We'll have to stay tuned for that. Make sure you
Yeah.
subscribe to our channel so you guys can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then that was it for Rachel. Thanks, Rachel, for those questions, and Leonore, thanks for your question as well. Now, Jill wants to know, do you have grandchildren,
No,
Jen?
I
Okay.
have an angel grandbaby. I have an angel grandbaby.
Aw.
But
I hugs. I would like your thoughts on helping with grandkids and lessons involved in that. So I guess I'll take that because I've got 7 grandchildren.
yeah,
Um, being a grandparent is so much different than being a parent. I saw something on Instagram where it said the reason why we are the way we are with our grandchildren is because we get a second chance at being a parent, right? And so we get all those second chances. And so we are disciplinaries with our grandkids as far as like, you know, teaching them what their parents teach. Our kids do a great job, which means we did a good job.
right.
But when they're with us, like I just mentioned earlier with the baby, when she comes over, I'm teaching her how to be gentle with things, and so I'm going to tell you 2 things that I learned as a young mom that stand out in my mind to this day, and I shared it with my daughter-in-laws, and I share it with any young mom that I talk to. I got 2 lessons in life as a young mom. One came from my best friend's mom. I had Michael, my oldest son, and he was just starting to pull himself up on furniture. And I was visiting at her house. We were young, so she still lived at home. And he pulled himself up on the sofa, and the first thing, or on the coffee table, and the first thing I did was ran over and took everything off started to take everything off the coffee table. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm moving all your stuff so that he doesn't break anything." She said, "No, no, you put that back and you teach him not to touch."
Right.
So I got that lesson, and that stood in my mind. And so it all starts at home, right? So if you have children come to your home and they're complete, bat, crazy, it's because they don't got rules at home. So I learned that lesson. And then my dad said, "Do me a favor." He said, "Make sure that you are not the the house where people see you coming and they jump up right away and turn their lights off and shut the drapes." Meaning don't raise crazy kids,
Right.
and I learned those 2 lessons. So we're like that with our grandkids. We want them to be able to, live in a beautiful home around beautiful things and enjoy their life as though nothing costed, a penny. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
Does make sense.
There's that. And then, we're always you always try and do things with your grandkids that you didn't with your own kids. Like the conversations I feel like I have with my grandsons, my older grandsons, I don't feel like I had those kind of conversations with my own kids because I was the mom, right? Now I'm the grandma.
Yeah, moms are super.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's not that time.
right, right. So there's that. There's my advice. Okay. Um, so Honeywell, LJ Honeywell, and I know everybody has a real name. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say it on somebody else's channel. So she asked this question, and I wasn't sure what she meant. She said, "What do you do if you both totally disagree on the next step for something?" And I said, "Meaning husband and wives?" She said, "Sure." So, what do you do if you both disagree on the next step for something? I'm assuming during a project?
Maybe that's kind of what I'm getting out of it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna say a really unpopular thing right now, but my husband never disagrees with me on anything. So when he does, I let him have it. I
You
just
what?
I defer to what he wants because it's like 90% of the time everything is my way. And so
Okay.
when he does when he does say something, he really feels strongly about it. And you know what? Every single time I've done that, I ended up liking it better.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want me to answer now? We argue.
That's good.
There's
That's good
there is
too.
not a project that we do together where we do not get frustrated. I tell you what. He always has a better way. I have a better way, but here's the problem. He's he's patient, and he wants to measure, and do all the things and take all the steps, and I just want to slap it up and be done with it, right?
Yep.
Typical. So usually he's doing his thing and I'm usually in there, hey Rachel, and I'm usually, and that's okay. I'm usually in there, telling him how he could do it quicker. And it just, yeah. So how do we disagree? I walk away. I have to walk away, right? And he's sitting behind here, right? I have to walk away. He's all, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go for a breather.
Yeah. And then I think that was it for the questions that I got. Did you get any?
I requested questions, but maybe they were putting them all on your channel. On your
Okay.
request. So
Well, if anybody in the chat has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat.
my dog's being indecent back there. Molly, don't do that.
Yeah.
So how are you guys? I know Christian's here, and let's see who else. Rachel. Here, I'm trying to see if I
Christian, Lori, Kathy, Sandy, Deborah,
leave us a comment. Let
Donna.
us know how you're doing. We'd love to chat with you guys.
Yeah. It'd be really fun.
And we were just talking about just what we've been up to lately, and Anna's been busy with her grandbabies, and my husband and I went
Grandbabies.
clay shooting today. So what were you guys up to today? Anybody do anything fun?
That's a big thing in Florida, huh? Because Ernie just started a project in Florida, and that's what the guys do for trips.
Yeah, it is a big thing. I don't know, like in other areas, but where we are, there's a really beautiful it's like golf, but for shooting. And so it's this beautiful outdoor space, acres and acres in the wilderness, and like you get on a golf cart, and you just go through the track, and there's all these different courses and difficulty levels. It's really fun.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh,
Rachel, the allergies are horrible right now.
here too. It is a nightmare. Oh, Susan's here. Hey. Oh, hey, she's in Ontario. I know you guys are still in the thick of winter, right?
Yep, Sandy, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Ooh, landscape.
Uh,
Fun.
yeah, you guys have some crazy wind over there, Lori, in Texas. A foot of snow, Deborah. Ay,
Oh
ay, ay.
my gosh. Now I will tell you, I was born and raised here in Florida. I couldn't do the snow. I couldn't do it. I get cold here in Florida. I'm like, this is too cold for me. I don't know how
You
you.
could too. I was born and raised in San Diego, so the most perfect weather
Yeah,
in all of the United States. And we do great here in Tennessee. I love it. Who's the other? How do you know when to purge your decor stash?
that's a good question. I don't know. I have way too much stuff. Actually, my daughter just yesterday, helped me go through my embarrassment of a laundry room because it was attacking me when I walked through the door. All my decor was like all over the place, and she helped me organize it. I ended up purging some stuff, but if it was up to me, I probably would get rid of nothing. I think I might be
Yeah.
a decor hoarder.
I actually, that is a great question because I just realized I went up there. In the video I showed it, I went up there to go look for a basket. And while I was up there really quick, I looked around the room and said, I got to get rid of some of this stuff. I haven't used it yet in the house. And if I haven't used it yet, I probably am not going to. And I'm not going to just throw it away or give it away. I'm going to sell it. I'll do like a yard sale. I'll wait for our annual yard sale here in the neighborhood and have like a decor sale or something like that. But yeah, so I think when you run out of room, I'm kind of over having a decor room, but it's great because
You can go shopping in there.
not yeah, it's fabulous, when you get bored. And so that's kind of the reason why I don't get rid of things is because I'm always afraid something's gonna. It's kind of like with your clothes, right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna get back into those jeans. It's kind of like decor is the same way. I'm gonna use it. I know I'm gonna use it. Christmas is gonna come, and I'm gonna say, why did I get rid of that?
It's so true. All the 90s stuff is coming back, and we had our first home in the early 2000s, and so all that 90s stuff was still very popular, and I got rid of all of it because it went out of fashion, and now I'm seeing it all come back, and I'm like, I had that?
I know. It's so crazy. Like Ernie, he worked concrete years, many years ago. We first got married, and so his pants were, eventually would get holes in the, pants or whatever. And when the holy pants came in, he was like, "Man, I could have made money."
Oh my gosh, right? Oh, something happened to Anna's feed. Where'd you go, Anna? Are you still with us? Okay, there you are.
Me? Yeah.
You froze for a second.
Um, okay, let's see. Oh, Lori, I bet you're loving this
Holy
Texas spring.
South
Danville, New York.
Carolina gets
Oh,
snow, right? Does South Carolina get snow?
I don't know. Haven't a clue. Rachel's going to have to answer that for us. We don't get a lot of snow here. This year we got a week of it. It was pretty darn good. Lasted for a while, but and last but we don't. It's not like a whole winter of snow. It's a whole winter of cold temperatures, but not a whole winter of snow.
Yeah.
So, hey, Kathy from Indiana.
Hey, Kathy,
Yeah,
thanks for being here.
I planted my garden. I planted pots a couple weeks ago because I looked at the 10-day forecast. I'm like, surely it's spring now, right? I mean, I'm sneezing, my eyes are watering. It's spring. We had a 26-degree temp night.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
yeah, it's done now. That's over.
really.
But so that hence planting my garden. So I'm very excited about that. And now my front yard looks alive again, and it makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy. Um, yeah. So how long, Jen, have you been on
You're
YouTube,
on
did you
YouTube?
say? 2 years?
I just had in October was 2 years.
Oh gosh, okay.
So just over 2 years. I hope I'm
Okay.
saying that right. Yeah, it was definitely 2 years in October.
I'm looking to see
I
if
think we
anybody
started right around the same.
did we?
Maybe you
Okay.
started before me. Yeah.
I don't remember. I can't remember.
It's
But
all a blur.
I'm approaching 7,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. You
That is
know what that
awesome.
feels. You know what that feels like, right?
So
Um,
it's a huge deal.
Lupe.
Sandy wants to know, how do we organize our time? She's struggling with that. How do you do that? How do you organize your time?
Who?
Sandy Powers wants to know. She's been trying to organize her time better. She wants to know if you have any tips for that.
Oh, okay. Um, for organizing my time routine. It's all routine for me. It's 100% routine. Ernie will tell me, sit down, sit down, sit down. I can't. I have routines. Like
Mm.
I think having a routine, it comes in handy for so many different seasons in life, you know? Um, I for me, if I didn't have a routine, I would be a lump on a log.
Ah, she froze again. I think there's a problem with your Wi-Fi, Anna.
I do?
Can you hear me? Okay, you're back.
Yeah, you're not freezing on my end.
Okay.
Is it you?
I don't know. I was still going on my end, so I don't know.
That's so weird. Let me see. Um, yeah,
Sandy,
I've got
I was doing Instagram, and I just kind of dropped off the earth on Instagram. It's just too. I'll be honest with you. I can't figure it out. I'm
Instagram.
a
Yeah.
little. I'm too old, I guess. I don't know. I can't figure out Instagram.
Well, I'm
But
not, I'm considering getting rid of my Instagram and my Facebook. I really am. Um, I just I feel like Instagram can be toxic. And what I mean by that is, um, it can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. Your home isn't good enough. You're not doing enough. You don't have enough. You need to do more, whatever, because you have all these 30-something-year-olds who somehow, I didn't have this time when I was 30-something-year-old, but somehow they have this time to get all made up and they're gorgeous,
right?
with perfect makeup, and perfect hair and the perfect outfit, and their home is gorgeous. And somehow they have figured out how to make chicken nuggets from scratch using all organic ingredients, and and the ketchup they made from scratch. And they create this vision that if you're 30 something and you know and you have kids, you should be living my life, and living in this beautiful home that's so well decorated. And look at how I dress and look how beautiful I am. And I cannot. And so I have a channel and I don't want to offend, but so many times I want to offend, if you know what I mean. Like I want to go on there and say, come on, be real. Do you know how many I have daughter-in-laws that are your age that are struggling? You know what I mean? Like because it's real life. You know what I mean? Because they can't get up and look like that and have the perfect house and make chicken nuggets from scratch with all organic ingredients, you know what I mean? Because they're real life. And so it pisses me off, I guess, because it really touches a nerve because it affects, I think, people I know. I have nieces and
It does.
my daughter-in-laws and I'm not dumb. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Was I a good mom? Yes. Did I keep a clean house? Absolutely. But did I have days where was in a dirty t-shirt and sweats all day and barely had time to brush my teeth? And,
I still do.
the house was a mess. And some days I just wanted to lay on the sofa and be lazy. Uh-huh. Yeah, because that's real life. And you know what? It's okay. So this false thing that social media creates, and TikTok is, oh my God, TikTok is so toxic. I won't even download that Chinese nonsense onto my phone. Don't mean to offend, but it's from China. They own it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, okay? You don't want to get me started. But that one is so toxic because yeah, that is just toxic. So I hope that my channel doesn't give any false sense of I'm this perfect, I have it all together. Right now in this season of life, I have it the most together in this season of life than I ever have. And that's because I created a routine. Boys, I sure went off on a tangent with just asking how do I manage my time. It's routine. So I have a routine that I do daily and I have a routine that I do on the weekends. And if I have to do those routines because that's what frees me for creative work, shopping, whatever. If I leave my house a mess, and it's okay if you're somebody who does that. I don't want to say you're bad if you leave your house a mess. For you, that may work. For me, it does not. I can't go shopping at Home Goods or the thrift store and even consider bringing anything new into my home until I know that I have a place for everything that's out on the counters or, you know, thrown, around the house. My house has to be neat and tidy before I leave. And that's just my mom was like that, and I probably got it from her. So it's 100%. Thanks, Lori. I'm glad. Yeah, Roberta, all an illusion. Lupe has a question for you, Jen.
Oh, somehow I missed that.
It's a good one too.
Oh, that is a good question. So my hours make it really easy for me. I work like early afternoon to like 9-ish at night. So
Mhm.
when most people are home and kind of winding down for the day, that's my prime time at work, which means that I have quiet time and downtime in the mornings. And I'm a morning person. I get up early, so I'm able to get up when the world is kind of already at work and quiet. The world is quiet. I can run and do my errands, and there's no traffic, and just everything is just easier Monday through Friday in the mornings. And so that's when I do all my errands and everything. And then it frees up a lot of time for me to be able to film. And I actually don't. I'm not an organized person, so I don't plan anything out ahead of time. I never know what I'm going to do until I start doing it. I don't have routines, and I'm not a real tidy person. I will leave my house I have dishes in my sink right now piled up that I probably should put in the dishwasher and it doesn't even bother me.
Yeah,
So, but what I do like to make sure I do is make sure that my house looks nice when I'm getting ready to decorate. So if I'm bringing in items in that I want to make look pretty, then I'm going to do a really good cleaning.
sure. Yeah,
But as far as routine, I agree that that's probably very helpful. But my the flip side of that is what I do, which is I just let it go. I just
yeah. Yeah, well, I could see that working full time. That's got to take your full uh, attention if you're working outside the home. But I don't, which is why routine is so important. Like I said, I have had times in my life where I didn't have a routine. And so I found myself laying on the sofa watching YouTube or old movies, drinking coffee until noon.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, you know what I'm saying? When your husband works out of town, it's just you. There's days that go by where I don't talk to another human being. I don't hear anybody else's voice unless I watch TV, YouTube. I don't have conversations with other people. You know what I mean? So it's so important that a routine be had on my part because number one, it makes me feel productive. Like I'm not a nothing. It's that's kind of a harsh word to use on myself, but I'm I don't have a job outside the house. My, you know, my job as a mom has been done as far as raising them. I'm always going to be their mom, and and they what they call them, we chit chat and all that kind of stuff. But Ernie's gone during the week, and so he takes care of himself. Which is why I get so excited on the weekends when he's coming home because now I have somebody to take care of. You know what I mean? Somebody to cook for, and and make the house magical and perfect before he walks in the door, and and all that kind of stuff. And but yeah, so um, you haven't missed the whole chat, Paula.
No,
You're
no,
you're
for
also going
sure.
to be able to go back um and watch watch the replay of it. So, how
Happy
much
1 year.
YouTube? Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to answer this by saying too much. I actually have found that YouTube is the only thing I watch. I don't enjoy TV shows. I don't enjoy like the standard primetime shows and I'm very picky when it comes to movies also. I don't like the typical things that people tend to like. So I find myself on YouTube just about every time I'm watching something, it's YouTube. And I don't even watch the typical things that most women probably watch. I don't know what most people watch, but I tend to jump back and forth between political stuff and home decor, which makes my algorithm look like I'm an insane person when my recommended feed is not.
I am too. I watch the same exact stuff as you. So I have my favorite channels that I love to watch. Of course, all my friends, that like Robin, you,
Yep.
Christian puts out. If you guys aren't following Christian, give yourself a shout out, Christian.
Kristen, put your
Um,
name down there in the comments.
yeah. I have my favorites that I watch, and there's a couple of young girls that I love them. I feel like I'm their mom. I just love them so much because they're doing such a fantastic job, and I just want to jump through the screen and give them a hug. I hope their mom hugs them and tells them what a great job they're doing. It is Kelly's. Hold on. I know it's Kelly and Marie loves Asbury. Okay, I just love her.
Check that out.
And Kelly. They're both Georgia girls, and Kelly. I want to make sure to give her channel uh, the right. Like, I want to make sure. No, not my channel. YouTube. Um. Anyways, Kelly's corner. Kelly's corner. Kelly's corner.
Okay. I have to
And
check those out. I haven't heard of those.
they're young moms, and they are, well, you know how YouTube suggests videos based on what you like to watch, and I like to watch housekeeping videos. It's, a lot of times the girls have some good ideas on, organization and that kind of stuff. So it's fun to watch. And I usually will have their videos playing when I'm cleaning. So though their names popped up, and I've watched them ever since. And so um, they're both young moms. Kelly's single. and has kids she homeschools, and she just took over the trailer. Her and her ex-husband um, bought together, and then her ex-husband said, hey, do you want to take the trailer back? And she said yes, because she was living with her mom and the kids. They're still friends, and she's fixing it up, and she's just doing such a great job. And I love to see that. I love to see the 30 somethings, young moms, um, be traditional housewives. I love it. They
I do
cook, they clean, they take care of their children, and I love to see that that still lives on because,
That's the
um,
most important thing. It
yeah,
really is, because without children that have good nurturing at home, I mean, where would we be?
Kathy, that's funny. Kelly's Corvette.
Or maybe-
Corner. Kelly's
Oh,
Corner. Yes, but so that's why I enjoy watching them. So I watch my favorite channels, but political and those are the two things that I watch. I don't watch the news, lamestream media. I don't watch regular television. I do watch Everybody Loves Raymond on YouTube TV. I watch The Golden Girls, Little
I
House on the
love the
Prairie.
Golden Girls. I forgot about
Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch anything new anymore. I actually was very addicted to the Housewives and Jersey. I got sucked into the Jersey Shore kids when my youngest son, who's now 32, was still living at home. I can't believe it's been that many years. And they would watch the Jersey Shore, and so now it's Jersey Shore Family Vacation, and I started watching it because I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are still on TV, but now they're having kids and whatever.
it. The same ones. I guess they grew up.
Yeah. But they're still just as awful as they were. They're just So I watched those, and I was just telling Ernie the other day, because I mentioned on my channel, I don't know if you paid attention at all, Jen, but I started reading my Bible in December because my goal, I didn't make um, what do they call it, resolution. I just said, I've always wanted to read my Bible from like the first page to the last, from beginning to end. I've challenged myself to do that. And so I started that right after Christmas. And so that's my thing every day. And before that, I never was in God's word on a daily basis. And, um, I never spent time with him like that. And it's so crazy how your life automatically just changes for the better when you put him first and you spend time with him. So, and Marie Loves Asbury, she said in her Instagram that she's afraid to share her faith because she's afraid she's going to lose followers. And I said, don't ever be afraid to share your faith, because without him, none of this is possible. We're not here. I don't have this picture, this shirt, this hair, these eyes. Nothing is possible without him. Do never be afraid to share him. I don't care if I go from, 6,965 subscribers down to 2, but I'm never going to deny my love for God. And if I'm feeling like I need to share him, I'm going to share him. And that's that. If you want to hear it, great. Open your ears. If you don't want to hear it, fast forward, you know. But so yeah, I don't even know where that came from, but isn't that amazing? It's Yeah, it's amazing. And so, I was saying, what I watch now, I'm having a really hard time watching those shows because they're so sinful. And I'm not being judgeful. I'm not judging. It's not for me to judge, but I have a hard time letting it get into my head, because I'm like, I knew it was wrong before, the things that they would do and say. I knew that was wrong before, but now it's like, wow. So, and the Housewives, I watch Orange County and Beverly Hills because I was from California. And one of the things that I've learned from being, yes, yes. One of the things that I've learned from being from California and coming to Tennessee is that we Californians are uh, very, babe, what is the word that I always say we are? Huh? Entitled. I told him, I go, we are such entitled people, Californians. We really are. And it's just in us. That's just how we are in California. We're just very entitled. And so, um, uh, I don't like it. So it's definitely something that I worked on changing immediately when we moved here, because I didn't realize it until I moved here. It took moving out of California to realize how entitled I felt I was, and it's just a thing in California. But I watch those shows because they're from California, and now I just look at them and think that's not real life. You know
No,
what I mean?
even those reality shows are scripted.
Right. They're not real life. It's all made up. And, all of them are in debt, getting divorced, or addicted to gummies and weed and, whatever, anyways, because everybody thinks that it's okay to take gummies now and smoke weed and all that stuff. And I, I, yeah, it's like a total normal thing, in California. It's just normal. It's just
Yeah.
normal. I don't know what it's like in everybody else's state, but in California, it's just normal. It's no big deal. I mean, I have sisters that take gummies, and I never in my life thought ever that they would, but they do. And it's to relax at night. So it's wild to me, just wild. But that's just California, in general.
Yeah. I've
So,
never been to California.
yeah. Yeah, but uh,
Oh,
Tennessee's pretty amazing, and and I'm sure people do that kind of stuff here too, but I just love the people here. The people of the South are amazing. They're an
I love Tennessee. I've been
amazing.
there many, many times. I've been
Oh my
there as
gosh.
a tourist. I've been there as a backpacker. I've been there I mean, I've hiked in the Blue Ridge. We've gone up to the top of Mount Sterling when I was a teenager. It's beautiful there. I love it.
It really is, and I I just uh I just love the people. I can't have somebody come into my house to give me a quote on something or to fix something without it turning into 2 or 3 hours of conversation. And I love it. I love it. I love it. 100% love it here. We just met a couple today. We were out and about running errands, and we ran into a couple. They were on their way home from Florida to Chicago. Um, and they have a home in Florida, like most seniors do. And they were going home because of the illegals taking over properties in Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, so they said they were going home because they needed to go secure their property. So I guess it's really bad there. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, so we met them and they were lovely people. So they're thinking about moving here to Murfreesboro. So yeah, it was really nice to meet people from I just good, good people, really good people to talk to. So um yeah. From the East Coast too, people are so nice here. Yeah, yeah, they are. In Texas, Lori, is that what you're talking about? I have family that just left California for Texas. They're in San Antonio. No, San Antonio. They moved to San Antonio.
I don't know if
So
any of you guys know. I know you do, Anna, but Robin Lane Lowe, I watch her a lot, and she's in Texas, and she is like the nicest person on the planet. I
she's
think.
so sweet, isn't she? The
So nice.
sweetest thing. Yeah,
And
she just.
I messaged her on Instagram. I asked her a question about something, and she's like, she gave me her phone number, and she's like, "Oh, girl, call me. I'll tell you all about it and help me out." She totally walked me through all the things I didn't know how to do. She's amazing. So,
Aw,
Robin Lane
yeah,
Lowe, you guys check her out. She's awesome.
she's sweet, sweet. She's just got the sweetest disposition, and she's just so sweet and kind, and I just love her. But yeah, that's what I watch: political and old shows, and cleaning videos, and organizing videos, and
So that means
um,
your algorithm is as crazy as mine when you look at the recommended feed, probably.
yeah,
The only
I
difference is
think.
it has been like stuff about space, so I've got a little bit of space and the James Webb Telescope peppered
Oh,
into. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to watch that.
yeah. I the algorithm as far as my channel goes, I don't know how that works, but I feel like that's all over the road all the time too.
Oh,
Like
you
it's
mean
so
on your end?
weird.
Yeah.
It's so
I
weird. You
never can
can
figure out why one does good and one doesn't. I
Yeah, it's
can't figure it
so
out.
strange. And I've been uploading weird. Like I told everybody on my channel that I was going to be uploading on Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 and 3 because that's what YouTube told me. That's when I should be. And now I'm like, you know what, YouTube? I'm just going to upload when I want to.
Well,
I'm still going to do it on those days, but I'm going to upload in the morning,
I do mine
and
in the morning.
yeah, I'm gonna
I
upload in the morning and let it just ride
I do
because
mine in the morning, and sometimes I'll have a video that'll go like, I don't know, it goes crazy. I do nothing different, and then the next week, nothing different. I mean, seriously, same film style, same editing, everything, same time of the day, same day of the week, and it flops. I don't get it. I don't get it.
yes, it's funny. Do you do Tube Buddy?
I glance at it. I don't subscribe to it or anything, but I do see the recommendations that are on there and kind of
I
follow.
use it.
Mhm.
I use it. It's really cool because I have AI now. So when I really dig deep and use everything, it actually my videos actually do really good. But some of the stuff on there, I just don't. I think it's my age. I don't understand a lot of this
I don't
stuff.
understand the AI stuff. I don't know. I'm
I
not
miss
sure.
my flip phone. I miss sitting in a chair and talking on the phone with my phone attached to the wall. Um,
I mean,
yeah,
what we're doing right now is totally like in the Jetsons. Remember in the Jetsons, they had like the phone you could see on TV, and here we are doing it.
yeah. Isn't that wild? That's
Mhm.
so wild. Oh my gosh.
Well,
We have reached that, haven't we? That time. They don't, Ernie was just telling me, um, Ernie, what jobs were you saying? Oh, real estate agents. He was just reading a thing the other day where real estate agents are becoming
obsolete.
obsolete now. And I said, I remember one time walking into Home Depot and the guy that was serving me had, no personality. It was like he didn't want to be at work years ago. And I said to him, I said, well, when I get bad service, I always call them by their name if they're wearing a name tag, and I'll say, hey, George, how you doing today? And he's like, oh, I'm okay. And I'm like, really? I couldn't tell by that sour face, and that's what I do. And usually it snaps people out of their bad attitude because they don't realize it. They're like deep in thought. Maybe something bad happened at home. Maybe they fought with their husband or their kids before they went to work, or you never know. And so I usually try and and
Uh-huh.
so he's like, I just don't really want to be at work today. And I was like, oh, you better be careful for what you wish for. I said, because one day you're going to become obsolete. And he
Mhm.
said, oh, I can't wait for that to happen. And I was like, okay. And I would say probably about 6 months, maybe 8 months later, they started opening the self-checkout lanes.
Oh, yep. Mhm.
Yep, at Home Depot. And so I said, I wonder when he got replaced or fired if he thought about that conversation that I had with him.
You did.
Yeah. How long does it take to edit your videos? Ooh, oh, Lori,
Well, it varies
architect.
from the
Yeah.
software architect. Well, that would be good for you if
Oh,
you don't know a lot about computers, I think. That would
yeah.
help me. That would help me a lot.
I don't know anything about anything. I just know I know what I know, and that's all I know how to control.
Right.
And my kids laugh at me because I'll call them or I'll text them and I'll say, "Hey, my computer's doing this or saying that or whatever." They make jokes. They have jokes about me. How long does it take to edit your videos? How long does it take you, Jen?
A lot less time now. I figured out my system pretty well, so I've gotten quicker at it. But when I first started, I would probably spend, if I was going to count in hours, maybe 36 to 48 hours doing a video. Now maybe 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, I've toned it down quite a bit.
Yeah. And for me, and it also depends on how long our videos are, right? How many clips we have to merge and go through and all of that. I'm the same. I can film a video, edit a video, do all the back office stuff in a day. And when I say a day, that means start filming at like 8 a.m. and finish all of that at like 8 p.m. So a whole day. I mean, I'm talking everything. Film it, edit it, do all the back office stuff, make the thumbnail, everything. If I really wanted to, if I'm in a crunch and I need to get a video out, I could. And I used to try and do that, but it's not good quality videos.
Yeah.
when
You
you do
can
that.
tell when you're rushing. Sometimes you're in a time crunch and you rush, and you can sense it while you're working on it.
I
But
feel like I lost your sound.
oh, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Am I the only one that lost her sound, or
I don't know. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Oh my gosh.
if you guys can let us know if I'm the only one that lost Jen's sound, or is it everybody? Or
I don't know. I can hear everything you're saying, and I didn't do anything.
so weird.
That is weird. Oh, Sandy can hear me. Okay, good.
You can hear
Thank you
both of
guys.
us.
Thank you
Weird.
guys.
Let me see. I don't know what's happening with my phone. I'll tell you. I can hear you, but I'm gonna have to
Quiet. I'll just yell really loud. Then all of you guys will go deaf at home, though.
So weird. I hate that.
I know. We were just
I
talking
hate
about
technology.
too.
Gosh. My goodness.
I'll lean in a little closer. Maybe that will help.
So wild. Okay, you guys everybody can hear. Everybody, but yeah, do you guys have any more questions for us? I really enjoy. Thank you. Thank you everybody that's joining us tonight. I really appreciate that. Somebody said that I should start a podcast. I'm like, what would I talk about?
Everything. I mean, right? Why not? You should start a podcast.
I wouldn't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite YouTuber channel?
Me? Yeah, if I'm talking about like decor, I kind of go back and forth between a channel called Cast and Home and Jenna Pierce.
Who?
Jenna Pierce. And they're very different styles of decor. So when I watch them, I find myself getting confused because I love both of those styles. But those are probably my two favorites: Cass and Home and Jenna Pierce.
You know, Cass and Home. She's the one who made my intro.
You know what's funny? I had inquired with her about making one for me because she had put out there in a video she did that. She's sweet. I'm excited for her to do well because she seems like a really cool lady.
Yeah, I lost the sound. I don't know why on Jen. So weird. Yeah.
Rachel would be here for the podcast.
Did
All
you
right.
hear? I can barely hear her. I'm letting Ernie know, see if he knows what to do.
I don't know.
So
You want me to keep
strange.
talking
But yeah,
so you can
she's
test
the
it
one who
out?
made my intro. Huh?
I'll keep talking so you can test it out and see if you can hear me better.
Hit your speaker on your phone.
On my phone?
Yes, Lori. Her baby is so cute, right?
Is that what you're doing?
I'm so excited for her. I don't know how long you've been watching her, but she, had a couple of.
Hold on, Jen. Ernie told me to try something, but no, because it's Instagram Live. So it should just be natural. Like it should just be normal on the speaker. He's shaking his head no. When's the last time you did Instagram Live? Let's see. My husband wants to know if Ernie likes all these projects when he's home. Donna wants to know. Donna's husband wants to know.
I'm taking the fifth.
He said he's pleading the fifth.
He's a smart man.
No, it's fine.
He said it's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Oh, Sandy, you are so sweet. Yes, Anna, how do you manage to put together a schedule that includes Ernie on the weekends? He just has to go along with the schedule. No, I actually be looking for I think it's Thursday's videos, our weekend routine. So what a weekend looks like for us, so that you guys will see. But because I got so many video suggestions from people, like what and I'm hoping that I'm offering you guys good content. And so every once in a while, I like to check with my audience and see. And so I got a lot of video suggestions from y'all, um, uh, and it just so happened that I was going to take you guys with me to the antique mall we went to yesterday. So I figured, why not film a whole routine? So I'm actually not done filming it because it's Sunday night and Ernie just finished grilling. So I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to get footage of him grilling. One of the recipes I made in last video or the video before that, I can't remember. Because I want to show people that we actually eat the food that I prepare. You know what I mean? So I'm still filming today for next Thursday's video. So I'm pretty a pretty I, I I wouldn't say like I don't need to schedule Ernie in because at this point in our lives he pretty much knows me and knows what um knows yes, Sandy. He pretty much just knows, and he's worse than I am, I said. So, as far as cleaning goes and keeping the house neat and tidy, he's just as, he's just as bad as he's worse than I am, actually. I mean, he'll start vacuuming and mopping the floor before the guests leave. Like, he's,
Time to go.
yeah. He just doesn't like a messy house, and his thing is he goes, I know how hard you work at cleaning the house and organizing it, and he wants to make sure it stays that way. So I have to tell him, chill, dude, like let everybody, enjoy life, and I'll take care of it. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah. But hey, I have to go. I hope you guys are okay with that. I gotta go finish dinner. I gotta make some rice and some broccoli and
Enjoy. And thank
yeah.
you guys so much for tuning in and hanging
Yeah.
out with us and all of your kind compliments. You guys mean the world to us, and I hope you know that. You guys are the reason why we keep coming back and doing this. So thanks for being here, and Anna, I love chatting with you. So I hope we will do this again in the
I
future.
always love chatting with you, girlfriend.
All right, well, you guys take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Now I have to figure out how to turn it off.
See you guys later.
Bye.